charge into the fray. This is Operation Vengeful Justice, but I've got a few things to say to you first of all. Wouldn't mind listening.
Roger, Big Sky. Reading you 5 by 5. Strike 1 has the green light for deployment.
Okay, so I'm recording very far ahead at the moment for no particular reason than I'm really enjoying myself. I'm really enjoying playing this campaign. I wanted to take a break after Deluge to allow for more feedback, give everyone a chance to give a little more input and catch up, but then we got another landed large, then we got what was supposed to be a quick covert extraction, and then we got another landed large, and now we've got this moderate abduction, and this is probably going to be the last mission that I play for quite some time because I'm really far ahead in recording. So I'm playing this mission instead of saving it so I can say this just now in an attempt to address what I imagine is going to become something of a debate about difficulty. Well, I say debate. It's going to be me deciding what I want to do, and then everyone probably saying, "Yeah, all right, Mick, you're the one playing it, okay." But I'm very willing to take in input from anyone who's willing to give it. So here we go. Because apart from in the very early game, this campaign has been pretty easy. Part of the reason is that all our research focus so far has been on giving us strictly tactical advantages. We went for, first of all, we beelined lasers, then we beelined carapace armor. Now we've got early mechs, early gene mods, and we neglected the, when I say we, all these decisions are obviously made solely by me and fall on my soldiers. They fall on both my soldiers and my shoulders. But if I say we, I mean the collective M-Kom, because we are all a part of M-Kom, and we are all fighting at the moment to save the world from the aliens. Okay. Alright, well, this obviously a big pre-prepared spiel, and I've lost my place now. And, yeah, so we've been disadvantaged on the strategic side, we've been completely outmaneuvered in the air, and we've only just started moving to sort that out over the past month. Another reason why it's been so easy is that I have actually become a reasonable XCOM player, which is something that comes with practice, and it comes especially quickly when you have to justify every single move you make to other people while you're playing live. So this all said, the main reason why this campaign has been so easy is because the game difficulty is set to normal. There we go. Not easy by any stretch, but somewhat tolerant of mistakes. And we've made quite a few mistakes, and we haven't been strictly punished for them. We were punished for Potato, we were nearly punished for Epiphanes, but we were punished for Katie. But that's all I can really remember of losses or near losses on behalf of M-Kom personnel. So normal difficulty is said to be the equivalent of classic difficulty in vanilla XCOM, but hey, maybe by now I'm good enough to play above that too. So what I'm considering is increasing the difficulty of this campaign to classic difficulty in Long War. So advantages of this: you might like seeing death and destruction, whether it's the aliens or M-Kom that suffer from it. We'll see more death and destruction at higher difficulty, so the videos might be more exciting to you. Disadvantage is that it might wreck us in the long term, because Long War's difficulty curve is reasonably consistent as opposed to vanilla. Vanilla is very hard at the start, then gets easier, whereas Long War tends to get more difficult as you go along. And indeed there's an uncapped difficulty, so if we don't end this campaign quite quickly, the aliens will soon become unmanageable. But that's very far in the future that we should worry about for this decision. So it's even with our power peaking, as it has been right now with our mechs and our troopers getting to high ranks, we'd still struggle to deal with any of those double cyberdisc pods we got way back in episode 29. So that, considering how technologically advanced we were back then, that was a real freak of a mission. And indeed, if we'd gotten a bad activation of any of those cyberdiscs, we could have been looking at a lot more dead people. So you could say that we're lucky to have survived this long, and it's not just the difficulty. So, breaking all that down, here's the thing: I'm really enjoying playing on normal. That said, I probably really enjoy playing on classic as well. I've never tried it before. So really, I'm cool with leaving the decision up to you guys. If you want me to increase the difficulty, if you'd rather see what that's like, we can do it. I assume we can put the difficulty up. I've not tried it. I can assume we can put it up in individual missions. I can assume we can put it up for the campaign in general as well. But we'd be voting on a permanent increase to classic difficulty. And then I assume we could always decrease it later, although I'd have to look that up first. I probably should have looked it up before giving this whole 5-minute spiel. So, now I'm playing this mission. This is Operation Vengeful Justice. It's a medium abduction. I'm playing this before the break specifically so I can play ultra aggressively on this map and see how that turns out. Because we have our first very high level mech in Zilch Epiphanes, and it's a very high level mech that can tank as well, that can tank beyond anything you've ever seen. You literally, unless you've played Long War before and used a mech tank, you have not seen tanking on this scale before. And so this allows us to be more aggressive, and that can drastically change the playstyle, and that more aggressive play means more mistakes that can be made, and it could make the question of difficulty redundant. So let us roll. And what I'm thinking of doing is not actually moving Epiphanes first up. I want to move Mello first up. Mello into this building.
Headed there now.
Now this building is clear. It has no windows. That means it's a fully contained unit. You can only see into it. There's a door up here. There's a door to the right. So what we can do is we can sprint through this window. We could even sprint all the way up if we wanted to. And I think we will now. That's why we move Mello first. For example, Ardus can sprint right into this room. Sprinting first move. Crashing through windows. We are being aggressive.
Double time.
Potato the Shiv along for the ride. Might not go into that room as well. Rat Manege needs to be in a good position.
Rolling out.
Solars doesn't really need to be in a good position. Engine is up front anyway. Rose up. Epiphanes is just gonna blast through everything.
Heading to that location.
And Potato up for the ride. That's another bit of half cover. Look at it just trundling along. This is the first time we've probably seen this. Well, it's certainly the first time we've seen the Shiv in this campaign. Might be the first time for you guys seeing a Shiv as well.
Headed there now.
Mellow up to there because there's no point doing otherwise. Seekers, who just phased through the door without opening it.
Oh, it's go time.
1, 2, 3. In fact, is that like a real? Is that a real wall, or is it just a partition? I think it's just a partition, so the Seekers must have come over that wall. So there's one Seeker outside, and there's 2 Seekers in here, which is going to be very easy to deal with. It's just a matter of who we want to get the kills. So Mello, that's not very good odds. So I suppose it's technically flying. So might have a bit of trouble dealing with this guy. So Mello holo targeting on it. Good, Rat Manege with Executioner. Should be able to finish that off very easily. That's kicked that door in. We also need to think about what we're going to do out here with this guy. And the answer to that is run straight up to him and shoot him in the face. Of course, King Brandon, only a rookie, not that good yet. Epiphanes can't make it. Solus can.
I'm on it, Commander.
Now Solus obviously isn't in cover.
No longer a threat.
Potato to the rescue. The one difference between mobile cover as provided by the Shiv as opposed to a mech is that the Shiv can sprint, can use a yellow move and get into cover and provide cover. So now we've just got whoever we want to get a kill on this guy. I don't want it to be Ardus, I want Ardus to move up to here. Don't really care for it to be Epiphanes. Might as well make it Bros. If Bros would indeed kill it. Done the exact amount of damage. So Epiphanes ready to clang through this door. Ardus right beside him.
Roger, Dodger.
Rat Manege up as
I'm on the
well.
move.
Scanning.
That was a door just down there, surely. Oh, hello!
Time to kick this
That's one hell of a flank!
Они обходят по флангам.
They're on the move.
Wouldn't mind a capture out of this.
They're moving.
That's not ideal. I probably should have put Epiphanes on Overwatch with such little ammo.
Target still in play.
Because Epiphanes is all about, when Epiphanes is doing damage for himself, it's all about shooting twice in a turn. And he's not got that now.
Moving out.
What kind of range has this flamethrower got? Could go for that. We've got plenty of grenades. It's just a matter of whether they're in range or not. King Brandon to there. Solar's up to here. Solar's, of course, doesn't actually have grenades, so we need Ardus to come back for the grenades. And he might not be able to reach. And if Ardus is grenading, then Ardus is not capturing. Ah, that'll be fine. If we could get some kind of grenade that would destroy all the cover, that would be far more welcome. I don't think we can, so we're just going to go for this. Blow the entire side of the wall open.
Frag out.
Oh, there's meld there as well. Thanks for drawing that to our attention, mutons. So Epiphanes gets this free shot.
No ammo available. Pacified.
And we can therefore, because he can't shoot again, one for all. That's strong cover in the middle now. That is somehow still cover. Bros can get a flank. I don't know where he'd go to get the flank though. Solars and King Brandon can get flanks.
Heading out.
There we go. We should have this well in hand now. Solars can come round flank as well.
Heading to that location.
Reasonable odds on both. Potato can come and be Solars' cover. And shoot itself, hisself, who knows. Mello can come out and go on a flank as well.
Okay. Alien object in sight.
Can sweep round for the meld next turn, put holo targeting on this guy, maybe kill him. Oh, it looked like it was going right for his head.
Missed.
I think we've got enough in hand to deal with this. Ratmanej can come up to here. '89 would probably kill it. Of course, Ratmanej. What has Ratmanej got? So Ratmanej has aggression, which is plus 10 critical chance for every enemy you can see. So he's got 80% chance of critting this guy. But if we killed this other muton first, that would only be 70% chance and not as good. So we're going to take this shot first. That was a big crit that we needed to finish it off. And Solars, finish this guy off. We're just being a bit devil may care at the moment.
I'm about to start keeping score.
And Bros is just sitting there. Guys, come on now, what is this? Could do with getting Bros on the roof, but to get up to the roof you've got a pipe on this side, you've got a pipe up this side. You need jumpy legs to get up this side of the building. So Bros can move up and reload.
Rock and roll.
Sectoid's still about. Oh, we might have missed out on the meld. If we'll... let's dash Mello over anyway, because what could possibly go wrong? Right, let's forget about Mello for the rest of the mission now.
Headed there now.
Obviously, shifts can tank well as well, because they have a lot of health. A lot of health.
Yes, Commander.
Location confirmed.
Preparing a breach through this door. Solar's up to
Moving out.
here.
Heading to that location. Ready to engage. I'm ready.
Make sure everyone's reloaded and ready. Bros can come all the way up to here, because why not? Really, we should have switched Bros and Mello's positions around, but there was no time. We're going to lose the meld anyway.
There's something out there. Got something over here.
Oh, come on. I was like, hey, I'll be really aggressive on this. And Potato getting a kill. Oh, wow, this guy has not fought it through.
They're trying to break us.
Right, that meld hasn't gone down, which is BEA, beautiful. That's not how that saying goes. And that is a very low-flying drone. If you somehow miss from here... Is it just me, or are these drones getting bigger? Right, can shoot. And then reload.
Guns dry. Ready to rock.
Obviously, we don't want Potato getting really any kills at all, to be honest.
Bye-bye.
Because Potato doesn't benefit from getting experience
That's
points.
affirmative.
Mello moving up here to support Bros if necessary.
It's killing time.
I mean, there's no moving past this guy, so Ardis, just take it away.
X-ray down.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I completely forgot about the grapple armor. That's why Bros only has 3 HP as well.
On Overwatch.
So we don't have a breach on this door, but you know, clearly it's fine. What I'm going to do for Epiphany is go straight into this building. Punch the doors down because there is a little partition there. I think they are in this building. So... up to there. Do a nice little pirouette in a circle, of course. Rat Manege up to the door.
Rolling out.
Because he's infantry. Ardus up, stacking on the door behind.
Yes, sir.
Ready for any captures. I mean, we're pretty spread out. This isn't really a capture-ready squad right now. If we happen to get lucky for a capture, then cool. If not, I mean, we can check our left and see if Bros is fine to come out. I'm really not expecting anything. I mean, Bros, throw open this door. Do a dodgy grapple across. There's the meld. Oh, for God's sake. There's another can of meld on this map as well. Now, these guys can obviously go wherever the hell they want. King Brandon can reach up to there, Solar's up to there. So King Brandon shouldn't need to reload before the end of this map, up to here. Solas can move up to there. So let's move Potato to here for now. Check if there's anything around this corner. If there isn't, let's move Solas up in turn.
Got it. Moving.
Potato should be moving there, right? Yep. You can see how alloy shifts come in very, very handy now. Oh, they're up there then. So let's just crash into this building and demolish these sectoids.
Есть.
Another can of meld. Another 3 sectoids. 1, 2. I'm very disappointed with the like insulting number.
Alien object located.
And the really insulting level of aliens that we have here. I mean, I don't think there's any way we can whittle these guys down without just utterly obliterating them. It's like I'm really stuck for what to do because I don't know how I can whittle these guys down for a capture. Potato knocks the door in. He's very violent. But seriously though,
Okay.
I genuinely Because obviously we can just obliterate everything in this room right now. Alright, let's just take a pot shot. It might not kill him. If it hits.
Ah, damn it.
Oh! Right, we want this guy to stay alive. What we're going to do is potentially stupid. But against this caliber of enemy, it's really not. Ardus up as far as possible. Oh no, not as far as possible. Ardus up to like there.
Moving out.
Trying to move in for a capture next turn, hopefully. Bros can help out. Although I don't want to risk it because that drone could be quite a threat to Bros. So Bros even all the way back here at the moment. Solar's in. Imagine if we got someone killed here. After that whole spiel about how everything's too easy. And we're deliberately leaving loads of stuff alive. Well, we're not quite leaving stuff alive. This guy should be dead when he tries to move, when he tries to run from Epiphanes. The drone might go for Epiphanes as well. It might go for any of these guys in here, but they're not going to die from a single drone hit. This sectoid, I assume, is going to start running. That's why I wanted to move Epiphanes up. Mello can come round for some ridiculous flank, because why would you not?
Let's do this.
The only problem here is if there's like a hidden pod up here, which we haven't heard any sign of so far. He's just staying in place. Oh, he's mind merging. I'll take that. What's this guy doing? See, if we hadn't moved Bros, he'd be able to see that. Of course, it's possible to miss from here. Unlikely, but possible. Oh no! We were one turn off the third meld. So Bros can now see this guy. Might not kill him, to be honest. Ah. See, everything does get more health as we go along. These drones would have been dead in a single hit, but sectoids with 4 health, yeah. Oh, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do, how to get everyone up. I mean, I've got a stupid plan. What I'm going to do is move the shift to here. So that sectoid now has corner cover and feels very secure. I mean, Epiphanes can have a shot there because I've got plans for everyone else. Not hit and run because it's flying, of course. So Solar's up to here. Ardus up to this corner cover.
Location confirmed.
Ah, for God's sake. I doubt that's actually going to catch Ardus, but might as well give it a try.
Clouds away.
And obviously the sector is still going to have pretty great chances to hit anyway. Mello, we've got to be careful not to flank this sectoid with, because otherwise he won't stay still.
Moving.
That looks like perfect cover for, you know, a flamingo with just standing on one leg. Can hide behind that post box just fine. Didn't realise how close we were to the flashbang, so save that. We don't want to overwatch at all,
Good to go.
in case this guy does move.
Heading to that location. Back online.
And there we go, the repair coming into play. It should hopefully stay still because it's in cover. It's just shooting the shiv, that's fine. We go for the stun.
Subduing target.
Stun failed, but we can do this all day.
Target is still up.
We can, well, we can do it 2 more times. And we're even more secure about doing it this time because
Heading out.
Mello up to here. not flanking this guy, but we've still got a flashbang. Flashbangs become less and less useful as we go along. So it's kind of... It's lazy planning, really, that Mello's got a flashbang, but sometimes they come in really useful. What we want in this situation is a chem grenade, because a chem grenade would stop it from doing absolutely anything at all. We wouldn't have to do this, fancy hemming in thing to stop it moving. Now let's save science inspiration. You never know. I wrote down what the quick key was to hunker down, but I've forgotten it. I mean, reload potato, you never know. You never know, that might be a more tempting target for it.
Good to go.
Than the Shiv. With the flashbang, it's missing as well. So, I mean, we can do this all day.
Light 'em up.
We're gonna have to do this all day. This is the main thing. When I'm playing on my own, this is the main thing I save and reload. Because sometimes you really, especially in Not So Long War, when you're playing less missions anyway, you've got less opportunities to capture. I mean, let's keep going. At the end of it, Ardis will get the kill, if nothing else. For putting in so much effort.
Cover position here.
No Overwatch in case it runs. Free damage reduction. It's pretty sweet. Right. This is your last chance, Monsieur Sectoid, as we are after all in nonsense Francaise. You will be coming with us.
Say goodnight.
Of course, Ardis isn't going to get the kill because Ardis had to do the stun.
Still up.
There we go. It's not. See, it's not all luck for us. Ardis was already getting promoted this mission anyway. I wish we had a punchy fist for the mechs. Sectoid, you've done this to yourself.
Operational objectives completed.
Maybe a bit of overkill in the end, but Operation Vengeful Justice has really made a mockery of saying, hey, I'm being more aggressive, it might be more difficult, and then they just give me this 12 aliens who are all rubbish. A pod of drones at this level against mechs. It just won't do. So again, I don't know what I'm doing here. Well, I've got a level up at least, 2 level ups. Potato damage for 7 days, but that's what happens. It doesn't even really matter. So Epiphanes is all the way up to Master Sergeant and gets the final tanky perk. You can take rapid fire. So rapid fire and hit and run. I'm not sure how they coincide. I think it's pretty buggy. Run and gun, which would make him literally into an assault. It would genuinely be just how he was. Like run and gun up, hit and run, everything. But absorption fields is what you want as a tanking mech, because this is just stacks and stacks of DR. I'm not sure what the actual maths is behind it, but we've got absorption fields, we've got repair servos, damage control, body shield, shock absorbent armor. This is everything we want in a tanky mech, with hit and run to go with it. Lance Corporal King Brandon, I don't know what I'm making him. It's certainly not a bullet wizard gunner. It could be an Overwatch gunner. Overwatch gunners can be cool. We could make the Overwatch gunner into like a heat gunner still as well, and give him, yeah, just for the sake of flavour, I'm gonna make King Brandon an Overwatch gunner, and then if it turns out I really hate it, we'll just chop his limbs off, because we have that power now. Now Sergeant Ardis up to Tech Sergeant. I can't remember what I was doing with Ardis. I think it was the exact same as I'm doing with most of my guys. So it's a choice between Battle Scanner, Dense Smoke, and Extra Conditioning, and I love Extra Conditioning, especially on engineers. Aim, will, mobility, health, versus Battle Scanners, which is pretty great. So I'm going to leave that choice for another day. Loads of meld, replacing our losses. That's what I'd like to see.
We will be watching.
We now have some cash on us, so I'm going to work out how best to spend that cash, probably on some new Gauss weaponry. I'll be right back with you. What I want to do with this 151 credits, and probably a bit more, is purchase the next rank to allow us to promote our captains into majors, into field officers. Now, the perk you get for being a major is not that good in itself, but we need to keep the gravy train rolling. We need to keep promoting Shamed and Kamichi if we want them to get to the highest rank and for the highest rank to mean anything. So to get another 30 credits, again, we're going into the Illyrium well and hope that in the future it doesn't come up dry. Because as you can see, I just noticed this mouse over just before I started recording again. Officers must lead 5 missions in grade or 3 in not so long war. So, essentially 3 missions as leader, you can be promoted. And we might promote Yosef as well while we're at it. But 2 billets open for Major. And they are obviously going to Captain Mac Shamed. And now this is an interesting one. It's all about XP and helping out your squad. Now, this gives you far more XP if it's applicable to you. If you're at Sergeant rank or below, plus 25 XP for completing missions. In Long War you get far more experience in completing missions than you do for kills. But our squad is mostly beyond Sergeant at the moment, and it's very rare that that on the big missions that Kamichi and Shamed will be on, it's very rare that we will actually be taking Sergeants or below. So Shall You Fight is pretty much the only choice here for both of them. Look at that neckbeard. And the same for Kamichi, but hopefully we can skip the cutscene. Oh, we just about can. And so Yosef, who's already an officer anyway, might not be able to accept the promotion, to be honest. Where is he even? Am I just a massive idiot here? Oh no, right there, okay, yep. So this is back again, 40 Orizuna versus Semper Vigilance. I think we went 40 Orizuna, and I think I had a good reason for it. I can't remember the reason now, but we're just going to go with it anyway, blindly. A 10 hut, and so on and so forth. Now, what we can also look at doing is we now have 4 open billets for Lieutenant, 1 open billet for Captain. So I don't know who I would promote. I don't want to promote anyone who I want to be psychic, so none of these assaults. Like maybe, for example, CSM, but CSM is very unlikely to be on a mission without Yosef, Shamed, or Kamichi at this point. So maybe it's a role in the future for King Brandon. If we actually end up promoting King Brandon up the chain and don't chop his arms and legs off, then maybe King Brandon could be our 4th officer. But that is something to consider in the future. So satellites becoming operational. We're finally going to get that chem grenade. Side training's ongoing. Advanced Gauss weapons are due in 3 days. The listener coming out of augmentation is potentially all go, go, go. Don't we have Oh, here we go. I forgot you could do this. So, covert operation in 6 days. Laser cannons in 5 days finally. Council report we've got a month to worry about. So if we want more satellites, then we need to get building them just now. Do we want more satellites? Not really.
Satellite uplink facilities at maximum capacity. Additional uplink required.
Because we will not be able to expand far enough. We won't be able to expand our air force enough to actually protect a new continent. The only reason I'd want another satellite is in case Australia takes over. And maybe to replace the Indian satellite once it gets shot down. So we can figure that out. We've got a week to figure it out. A satellite takes like 20 days to build, does it not? I mean, we might as well check. Who knows at this point? Who knows? But I think it's about 20 days. So we're just going to scan on. Satellite's operational. Chem grenade coming through. Captain Iosif is back. Chem grenades will be very helpful with captures, very helpful with mutons, and for example Solars will be coming on a lot more missions because he's like kind of the more pacifist engineer. He's perfect for chem grenades. Revolutionary Rebel is psychic, but then he was always going to be psychic. That's the wrong one. So we're just going to keep stuffing more people in this lab. All our medics are due to come out. I guess Azagul next. Because this isn't just... We're not just saying who we want to be psychic. It's who do we want to give this particular psychic power to. Which is what we're testing at the moment. Because we still can't get Mind Free or I think it's Neural Feedback. Because I actually looked up on the Long War Wiki about how to unlock these powers, but it all changes in Beta 15 and all the wikis have been updated, so I'm looking through like histories of each wiki page and trying to estimate when Beta 14 came out, and then I just couldn't be bothered and I just thought, nah, I'll just put Azagul in next. We'll unlock it at some point. I think we need to interrogate a sectoid, which means we need to capture a sectoid, which is why that last mission where with 3 attempts to capture better than a coin flip all failed, that was quite frustrating. So advanced Gauss weapons coming up.
Contact
Oh, hello.
detected.
A German radar that we do not strictly have to shoot down, but we could do with shooting down, and we have our best in Boomer Douglas available for it. I'd say let's go. Boomer Douglas, can he kill it? Boomer Douglas, let's find out.
Approaching target now.
Go on, son. Go on, son. Go on, son. Go on, son. So, a medium crashed UFO for us to consider. This is only UFO 31. We're what, like, nearly 50 episodes in? So, a crashed UFO has a long mission timer. Not long enough. Unless we could probably wait for the listener if we really wanted to. To be honest, that'd be a good first mission. What other mechs might we have in that time? It's only really Gob at the moment. Did I scan over Katie? Nope. We are going to wait for the listener. And then as soon as the listener has his big metal arms and legs, we're just going to throw him straight into his first battle. He's never seen more before, but he will now. First of all, advanced Gauss weapons. Now this is the best research in the entire game. Look at all this. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Alright. Heavy Gauss rifle, alright. So this will be another giant clang in your ears. Well, it will be in mine, probably not in yours. Good lord. I always look at Audacity when this happens, and you can actually... I feel that clang through my ears rather than hear it. It's just... But when I go deaf by the age of 40, it'll just be down solely to XCOM and research. So long rifle, excellent. We want one of those ASAP. Heavy Gauss rifle. We don't really mess with heavy rifles so much. I might choose to start doing it in this playthrough. We'd give it to infantry, high aim. It does more damage, but stops your mobility. So if you're defending a place as an infantry, like Overwatch infantry, this sounds like it'd be a good idea. Strike rifle, all our scouts still take strike rifle, so might as well. Railgun. This is going to be our first mech weapon. This is what we're going to build first from this, because our mechs still have ballistic weapons, for God's sake. So railgun, first on the menu. Proxy mine launcher. This is what we've been waiting for Gob. It's exactly what it says on the tin. You fire proxy mines, they're set off by movement of enemies, they have a radius of about a rocket, they do similar damage, and your archers all have heat warheads. Essentially your archers are just replacement rocketeers. Alloy cannon, shotgun replacement, we'll be building at least 2 of these. Recoilless rifle, this is our first upgrade to the rocket launcher. So it really is all go, go, go. So we definitely want at least 1 of these, maybe 2, if we're getting really desperate. If we ever want to take 2 rocketeers on a mission, which is possible. Unlikely now that we've got an archer, but possible. We'll at least build 1 of these. So what are we going to go for next? Well, What I want to do is a lot of autopsies. What I desperately want to do is a floater interrogation, but we haven't captured a floater yet, so we can't interrogate one. So the autopsy at the moment is a bit useless. I could autopsy, like for example, a mechtoid autopsy would be quite useful. We'd be able to see perks of all mechtoids, and that would be very useful to see if it's got like rapid reaction, opportunist overwatch, for example. And we'd say, hey, never run away, never run the overwatch of a mechtoid with that. That'd be useful to have. Interrogation of a thin man could be useful. It could give us more psychic powers. I'm not sure though. It would give us a research credit for laser stuff, which we are not using yet. So as it is, I'm pretty sure I want to do this. It's just going to take one day. You can't get research that takes less than a single day. So let us begin that. So we still have a mission ongoing, but we are waiting for the cybernetic augmentation of the listener, which is now complete. So proceeding to the crash site. Are we waiting for anyone else? We've got loads of guys in the side bay. But they're all medics anyway that I only take because I feel guilty about never having medics. And we could take Revolutionary Rebel on this mission anyway, and we'd still have a psychic medic. It's all brilliant. It's all coming through for us. So I'll put together a team, the Lucky Eights. We get to go on this mission. Now, I genuinely didn't want to take this experienced a team, but we are pretty much at the point where we have no one else. We're taking all our lowest guys. Tamerlane's there, but we've got so many high-level scouts that we had to take one of them. I mean, we've got Shay there, who's just... I don't know what I'm going to do with more snipers. Then we've got the named characters who are never going to get used. I might as well dismiss them at this point. We've got, you know, Buzz Lightyear and nuclear-powered Kim Jong-il, who are rookies who I suppose we could train up, but what we're going to train them up as? I had plans earlier on to turn nuclear-powered Kim Jong-il into an actual scout, which would have just been utterly useless. So as it is, well, first of all, promotions to handle. The listener, as a Goliath, gets absorption fields at Specialist, which makes him so useful as a tank from the very start. Then a choice between automated threat assessment, flush, or of course body shield gives him the extra will as well, which is always grand. And then it's a choice between, and this is quite an interesting choice, Ranger, reactive targeting, or close combat specialist. Now Ranger, let's rule that out right now, because what we're taking the listener for is to be shot at and to wade into like very difficult situations, take heavy fire, provide cover for his team, use the flamethrower, use the fist when we get a fist. That's what he's there for. Now, if you're being shot at, you're definitely going to activate reactive targeting sensors like once per turn, and that's just a free shot once per turn. That's almost like having hit and run or double tap if you're going to get shot at as much as the listener should be. But equally the same thing, if you're rushing in with close combat specialist anyway, then you're going to get the free shots. And I'm almost tempted because of the free will, because will is very important for mechs, because mechs can still get mind controlled. When we eventually rub up against aliens who can actually do mind control, will matters, and you do not want your Goliath getting mind controlled when you've got a fucking massive fist. I've not sworn this entire episode, I'm pretty sure. What a time to do it. Oh. So we are going to take close combat specialists for the will, for the aim, and general utility. So it's not looking like much at the moment, but absorption fields makes the listener an excellent tank, only behind Epiphanes, and because Epiphanes is all the way up at Gunnery Sergeant. One more thing I'd like to point out is how useful the medics are going to become now, because Revolutionary Rebel, smoke and mirrors, combat drugs, so I think it gets, along with smoke grenade, Revolutionary Rebel will be carrying 3 smoke grenades full of combat drugs onto the battlefield. Also, the first to bring the chem grenade. So we are going all out for captures. That's why Denny's here. Denny bringing the arc thrower, bringing the SMG, going as fast as possible. James for an assault to take out an outsider by himself. Arsox is here because Banksy's nearly back from a holiday. and this is M-Kom's really just an employment agency. We've got to handle holidays. That's what we're here for. Legend of Disguise here is because we've got too many scouts. Tributes here because I wanted infantry. Yosef's back, but I didn't really care to bring him. He's too high level. Ray the Great is here because I do want Ray the Great to hit Master Sergeant quite quickly, because Ray the Great will get in the zone. He will get lock and load at Gunnery Sergeant, and then he will be, well, she, as we can see in Ray the Great's case, will be our #1 sniper over Ninja Cult for the big missions where we're outnumbered. I think I did not mean to come out of that, but again, Long War does not get rid of your entire team. Good quality of life update, so we are just going to launch.
Touching down.
Back to northern Finland, Sweden, Norway. Well, it's not going to be Norway, is it? It's maybe Sweden, maybe Finland. Maybe we can have a good argument. If I am taking a break after this, we can have a good argument about whether that's Norway or Sweden, as opposed to the actual arguments we could really have. But we will click begin assault.
Our target site is
It's
near
Old
the German
Dirges.
border.
See, it is Old Dirges.
The bogey came down hard in a remote
The bogey.
area just outside of a small town. We should deploy and eliminate any hostiles at the crash site.
I like how Central Officer Archon tells us this at the start of every mission, as if it's news to us, as if this is a cogent strategy that we should definitely follow. Yeah, land, kill all the aliens. Yeah. So like I said, there might be a break after this. If there is, then please get yourself to the MK forums, have a quick post, tell me what you think, even just leave a comment on YouTube and I'll see it. So, thank you very much for watching up to this point. I'll see you next time.